All right, y'all, I'm back. This time, we are going to go through, I'm going to let y'all go through my groceries. So if you're curious about maybe, you know, what other people buy at the grocery store, or if you've never been to Trader Joe's, you'll get some ideas on what to buy. There's also this really cool Instagram page called Black Girls in Trader Joe's. So I used to follow what's good in Trader Joe's. I still do. But Black Girls in Trader Joe's, they went from like 700 people 2 months ago to like 124,000 in like 60 days. It's crazy. So that's their logo. If you can see my screen, Black Girls in Trader Joe's. Check them out. They have some good ideas, recipes. Some of the stuff that I purchased today were suggestions that the ladies posted there. Some of them are old favorites. So without further ado. Okay, this is also not a sponsored video or an ad. Hi, Eddie. Welcome to my party. We're going through my groceries. We're going to unbox all my cool stuff from Trader Joe's. So if you have absolutely nothing else to do, hang out with me, okay? We're going to have some fun and just talk about groceries. And if you have favorite stuff from Trader Joe's or suggestions otherwise about delicious things that we can all try, put it in the comments. All right. So I'm a little not buzzed. We are not driving under the influence. We are not videoing under the influence. But it is wine o'clock somewhere, right? And Trader Joe's, if you do not know, it is a great place to explore wine options. So I'm trying to make sure I'm looking at the camera, so don't mind me. The wines are inexpensive, and if you're curious about different flavors and you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money but want to kind of get an idea of different wines you would like, it's the perfect try. So they've got everything: Pinot Grigio, Cabernet, Chardonnay, red blends, Malbecs, all the things. And a lot of those bottles are like $4.99, $5.99, $6.99. So you can really explore and not really feel like you wasted a lot of money trying to try all these different wine flavors. So I have my faves, my go-tos, either direction when it comes to red or whites. But I want to expand my palate a little bit. I think I'm too comfortable with those other wine choices. So I want to try something else. So I think I got like 4 or 5 bottles of wine, at least 3 or 4. So that's in the third bag. So we'll get to wines later. But as we have a little fun together and hang out, I am drinking one of them. Some of one of them, not the whole bottle. This is Venetian Moon. It's a Pinot Grigio. The year is 2018, and this was like $5.99. So far, so good. I've had, for me, decent would be like a $15 bottle of wine, right? I'm not going to be your top shelf wine girl for a whole bottle at the grocery store. Like, I need to be very impressed. This is pretty good. I already tasted it, so we'll taste it on camera. This is probably not the right wine glass if you are a wine enthusiast or a sommelier. You know it's supposed to go in certain glasses. We don't care. We're drinking it out of whatever. If you want to drink your wine out of a coffee cup, that's your business. As my girl Tabitha would say, that is your entire business. So you do what you want to do. Cheers. Let's get into it. All right. Let's see what we have in bag number 1. So one thing I like about Trader Joe's is even if you don't bring your own bags, they always have paper bags. I feel like I'm doing a little something sweet for Mother Earth when I use paper. And these are good. They can be reusable. Before COVID, I would reuse these for different things, but now, probably not so much. Okay, so I don't have my receipt, so I can't tell you how much all this stuff was, but you can explore. So we have some organic broccolini. This is kind of boring. But this is broccoli's cousin, okay? This is broccoli's cuter older cousin, broccolini. You can see the stems are longer. It's a little bit more floral. The buds are bigger on your broccolini. And this is delicious. You can do it, keep it simple. You can steam it with, you know, garlic, onions, or it's really better sauteed in my opinion. So you saute it, crush some fresh garlic, maybe a little bit of salt and pepper, some olive oil. You can really set it off if you like a little spice with some crushed red pepper. Whatever you want to do, it's your world. Make it taste how you like. But this is a delicious companion to like a low carb type of thing. You can do just like a piece of chicken, piece of salmon, and some broccolini. Boom, you good. Or if you want a little carb, it's your world. You do what you want to do. My Apple Watch is telling me to stand up, but we not standing up. We got groceries to unpack. Hi, Haley. Welcome to the party. Hi, Keith. We're just doing the grocery unboxing. I'm unboxing all my recent groceries from Trader Joe's. So if you have ever been curious about going into Trader Joe's, maybe you might get some ideas of stuff to buy. I see you, Keith. All right, so this next one, I think I don't remember if it was on the Black Girls in Trader Joe's page or if it was the writer that I follow, Demetria. Somebody recently shared something about lobster ravioli, and I was like, what? Or it might have been Cooking with Jay on Instagram. I like her too. Anyways, I know I can get lobster ravioli at Trader Joe's. This is what it looks like. And it's so cute. It's got the little stripes on there. So what I learned from the video, remember, this is a bit of a cheat code if you don't want to make fresh ravioli or you don't want to go to an expensive place to have the ravioli. So you do want to watch your timing and cooking instructions so you don't overcook it, and make sure that you're prepared to drain it out of the water properly, because you don't want it too soft and you don't want it undercooked. And then when you pull it out of when you get it with the strainer, you don't want it to fall apart. So I didn't get a red sauce of any kind with this because I'm allergic to tomatoes and I'm really not supposed to be eating them, even though I will cheat and have a piece of pizza and a Claritin every now and then. But what I did get with this, which you'll see, is Alfredo sauce, and then they have a kale pesto. So I'm gonna put a little bit of pesto in the Alfredo sauce. Thank me later. It's a hell of a combination. Maybe a little bit of fresh garlic in there too. And then with this, so it's seafood, white wines go well with seafood. So you get you a little glass of Pinot, you know what I'm saying? Something crisp and clear to go with the little seafood and the white sauce. Boom, you married. No. Okay, so what else do we have in the bag? We've got some sliced mango. This is in season somewhere, but not in the United States, of course. Maybe in Florida. I don't know. That's a tropical place I know in the country where people have mangoes just falling off the trees. So I like these as a little snack with the tagine, like the chili lime flavor stuff you can put on your fruit. It's a really good snack. Okay, what else do we have? A lot of vegetables and fruits in this one. Okay, these are so freaking good. Oh, these are so good. Okay. These are Shishito Peppers. Remember this name, write it down, put it in your notes. Do a screenshot. Shishito Peppers. When was the first time I had Shishito Peppers? Oh, okay. Slight flex. I was in Madrid, Spain. So last spring for my birthday, I went to Madrid with my friend Camila. It was kind of like a weekend trip. It was crazy. Like, I'm going to be telling my grandkids about this vacation. First of all, the flight was like a glitch fare. It was like $400 round trip to go to Spain. And then we split an Airbnb that was only, I think it was $400 for the time from like, I think we're there from Friday or Thursday to Monday. It is only $400, so it was like $200 a piece. So I pretty much went to Madrid for almost a week for $600. I swear to God, like I'm not making it up. I have proof if anybody needs it. It was crazy. But anyways, in Madrid, there's a market. It's really famous. It's a kind of a tourist spot. It's called San Mercado Miguel. And it's an open market where, you know, tapas are like the small plates or small bites. It's a common style of eating there. So it's all these little booths. It's kind of like a big ass deli. And every little deli stall has specialty snacks and little small bite plates. And one of them was Shishito Peppers. Oh, it was so good. So anytime I've seen these since I've been back, I've tried to get them and maybe recreate that flavor. Also, there's a restaurant here in Memphis called 117 Prime, and they had them as a seasonal appetizer, and whatever this little sauce that they made, it was like a sour cream dipping sauce. Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. I tried to recreate it. I don't know what they did, but in my mind, it was like maybe sour cream, some kind of ranch. Maybe it was something spicy in there. I don't know. It was just delicious. But how you cook these, you want to give them a little clean. They are not pre-washed. However you like to clean your vegetables, I would soak these in a little bit of fruit and vegetable wash, or at minimum in a little bit of vinegar and water, and then give them a really good rinse at minimum. Before you cook them, make sure that you dry them off, and you can either broil these in the oven on 450 or 500. Watch it for a few minutes. They don't have a recipe on the back, but yeah, you keep it simple. Keep it real simple with your seasoning, because the peppers themselves already have so much flavor. So what I would recommend is extra virgin olive oil. So once you dry them off, put them in a big bowl, drizzle some extra virgin olive oil on it. I don't know measurements for that in particular. Eyeball it to however, you know, your liking. And then use a little bit of either pink Himalayan salt, or if you have a specialty like a flaked salt, a finishing salt, or just a kosher flaky salt, that is all you need. And then you just put it on a broiler, let them get slightly brown, a little charred, and take it out. If you don't want to use your broiler and you have, let's say, air fryer, you can do the same thing in an air fryer. It's going to cook way faster. But just watch it when you pull it out so you make sure you don't burn them up. I have an oak smoked flake salt. It's a finishing salt. It was a lot. I know, a lot to say. From the Spice Suite out in DC. And it is fantastic on these. Really good. Alright, that was long. This video is going to be long, so buckle up. We have 4 bags to go through. We are on number 1, and I'm chatty. So, these are the, I don't know how to pronounce it. Oh, it tells me how to pronounce it on the back. Jicama Wraps. So, you might have seen the jicama sticks. It's like a crunchy root vegetable. You can use it as like, in place of potato chips or tortillas with like avocado, guacamole, whatever your favorite dip is. But these are wraps, and you can use them like tortilla chips. Not tortilla chips, initially taco wraps. What do you call them? Just a tortilla. Gosh, maybe that wine is a little too strong. So, it basically, you can fold into a taco. I have seen some of the girls on the Instagram page I mentioned before fry them like chips. And if you've never had a jicama, which maybe you've seen it and you're unsure about tasting it, it is somewhere between, like, think of the texture of an apple and water chestnuts. It's like you got that crunch to it, but not a lot of flavor. So it's not overwhelming. Very neutral. So one cool thing that the girls are doing with these is they take them and they slice them. And then they may have those little containers, like the little bacon dishes. I can't remember what you call them. But they put eggs and cheese and butter and your seasoning, of course, like it's macaroni and cheese. And it's almost like an egg souffle, but without, or macaroni casserole without the carbohydrates. So, because these are what? 3 grams of carbs for 2 of the pieces. So get on that Black Girls in Trader Joe's page and explore. They've got some really good recipes. The packaging on this I kind of don't like because it's not necessarily resealable. It's very thin and flimsy. So I would have to open these up and like definitely reseal them in like another Ziploc bag or something. So there you go. I'm gonna start putting some of this stuff back in the bag that we've already seen. And then we'll pull out some other items. Here we have not. Oh, I'm showing y'all all my random stuff. Okay. So this one has some of the dips and other little sauces and stuff. This salmon dip is so good. It is so good, y'all. It's just a simple smoked salmon dip, but it has capers in it. So if you're the kind of person that you love like a bagel in the morning, or if you want to have this on like your little charcuterie or dip board, what else would this be good on? I mean, if you're using it as a spread for a sandwich, I don't know. It's so good. Just with like some plain chips or salt and vinegar chips and a little bit of this dip. Woo! It's really good. So let me hold it up so y'all can see it again. Smoked salmon dip with capers from Trader Joe's. 8 ounces. Try that out. The next one is a vegan kale, cashew, and basil pesto. So for my vegan folks out there, this is a really cool pesto that you can use. I forgot that this was vegan and organic because I just love pesto. So it's kind of guilt-free. I've had this before, so it's not nothing new. Really tasty. So if you need a pesto, try it out. I think this is maybe like $4, $3.99 or something. And then we have some Parmesan, Romano, and Asiago cheese. So it's a triple cheese threat. This is a problem. So I love to sprinkle the 3 cheese blend on top of like my pasta dishes and stuff. Yes, and I'm busy. I'm working this. I'm working this Sunday. But this is just like a little finishing Parmesan I will put on top of that lobster ravioli that I showed y'all. Just for a little extra deliciousness. I mean, cheese is really good. I know there's people who can't eat cheese or who say cheese is bad for you because of all the things. I know, but you gotta live a little. If you can, right? Enjoy life. This is a cold brew coffee. I've already had the vanilla one this morning. Nothing to write home about. Just an extra little kick of cold brew coffee. You can drink this on the go on your way to work or whatever. If you don't feel like brewing. All right, so that was bag number 1. Now we're moving to bag number 2. Bag number 2 has my flour. Okay. This is kind of moseying around. Okay, so they do have a really nice floral section. And what I got was some eucalyptus. So my plans for this eucalyptus is to hang it upside down in my shower so that you're getting that aromatherapy experience when you shower. I've been seeing this floating around, and God knows we all need a little bit more zen, peace, and relaxation during these stressful times. So if you want to try it, you don't have an allergy to eucalyptus, or you like the fragrance, get you some. This was like, how much is this thing? $2.99. Give you some $2.99 aromatherapy. Next, more vegetables. I told you I'm on my Slim Slow program. So we got some organic kale. This also was maybe like $2. What I like to do with this is two things. You can either make a kale salad where you can put like your, whatever your favorite little dressing is. You can put like nuts, cashews, flax, sunflower seeds, whatever you want on there and just have it as like a side salad. Or you can steam it with, I like steaming it with garlic, maybe a little bit of fresh onions or onion powder. Whatever you like. However you like to do your kale. You can use it for your smoothies, add it to soups, whatever you like to do. This is my favorite kind of kale. If you can see it, it's like the Lacento kale or the dinosaur kale. So it's really dark and leafy and really green. I don't really like the basic the basic kale that you get from the regular grocery store. I don't like it. You know, you gotta have standards for your kale. Don't just be eating any old thing. You might as well eat some dandelions with some of these vegetables that they have out here. Okay, so we got more. This is starting to get fun now. So if you like pork, fine. If you don't like pork, don't be a pork hater, okay? Everything is not for everybody, and that's okay. So this is pork belly. Can you see it? Pork belly has had a come up in the last maybe like 10 years. It's gotten to become a very popular food item, like a kale, a cauliflower. If I'm not mistaken, pork belly might have been like a cut of food that people really didn't want. And it wasn't a common item that people cook with, right? I know a lot of Asian dishes call for pork belly. A lot of Thai dishes, things like that. But in recent years, it's popping. So I like to make pork belly with, I'm gonna put like a 5 spice, a little bit of rice wine vinegar, because I want it to be crunchy when it comes off the broiler. We don't want it soft. We want the top of it to be crunchy, almost like a crackling. This is actually, I've had it raw from like the little international market here, and then this is pre-cooked, so I've used both of them. But you just brown and serve this one, and then you can put whatever sauce that you want on it. And I can't remember how much this was. I think it might have been like $5 or $6. We don't know. If you want to try pork belly, boom, they have some. Okay, I'm excited about this one. These are the shrimp burgers. I know I sound like Bubba Gump. Shrimp chicken, shrimp burgers, shrimp everything. So I've never tried these before. I'm excited to do so. Where it's pictured, you can see they just have it like on a regular old bun. That bun look kind of dry though. It looks like a, I don't know, focaccia bun or something. I don't know. But what I would do with this is put it on a toasted brioche bun, and then there's a chipotle mayonnaise from Boar's Head that is basically like a, you know, like the remoulade sauce they would put on like a crab cake. It tastes basically like that. So I'll put the chipotle mayo on there, and maybe some arugula or a leafy green. My other idea for this was to put a crab cake on top of the shrimp burger, then the brioche bun and the fixings. That would just be crazy. So they didn't have any crab cakes at this Trader Joe's. I know the one in Cincinnati before I moved used to carry crab cakes. But Costco has some really good crab cakes. So I'm going to have to roll back up there and get some of those crab cakes to add on top. I would almost do, even if you didn't want to do the breading from the bun, you could probably treat this almost like a crab cake. Put it on the bed of your greens, however you like to do them. But it sounds amazing. This has been very popular on the Instagram page that I was telling you about. All right, what else do we have here? Oh, okay. This is a frozen item, and it is linguine and clam sauce. This is so good, y'all. Oh my God. Like, when you open the bag, you can, if you're a garlic lover, you will absolutely love these. The garlic hits you as soon as you open it, and it's so easy to cook. They have them, the noodles are kind of in like little bird's nests in the bag, and then it has like pieces of the butter sauce around it. You're literally just putting it in the skillet and putting the lid on your pan and letting it steam down. And it's got these little pieces of clams in it. It's almost like a scampi sauce. Like, oh, these are so good. I got 2 of these. So, okay, for the girls that are corn dating, if you are corn cooking safely, this is a good one. If your boo likes seafood, get this. Or gentlemen, if you're cooking for a special lady or your wife, if she likes scampi and all that, pick this up. She would love it. Okay, what else do we have? This is another item that I've never tried. So these are scallion pancakes. I do not know how to pronounce that. I know that this is a traditionally Asian food. I've seen these pancakes on the menu at different like Chinese restaurants, but I've never tried them before. I feel like I might have had like a little mini one at like maybe like a Chinese buffet or something. But we're gonna give these a try and see what they taste like. Cooking directions: you can either saute them. You do need to defrost them before cooking, of course. So you can saute it on a skillet in a little oil, or you can bake it in the oven as well. So I'll let y'all know how I like these. You can't really smell it through the pack. I was expecting to, but maybe it's just sealed well. What else do we have in here? Oh, they just some sour cream, like regular sour cream. Yeah, nothing to see there. Okay, so another carbohydrate. So these are their scallop potatoes. Looks pretty simple. So a creamy gratin of potatoes with 4 cheeses. What kind of cheese is it? So provolone, Montesio, Grana Padano, and Fonto cheeses. Sounds pretty good. I don't know what I'm gonna make this with, but you can see kind of an idea what that looks. It looks like just scallop potatoes, right? Regular old scallops. Cool. I didn't mean to slam that down. So let me start putting some of this stuff back. I even put it in the freezer in the refrigerator, but it still has time. It's not so bad. So I'm not gonna touch this because it's raw meat, but this is a Carne Asada. So I got this to make because what I'm gonna do is put it in my Jicama Wraps that you saw before to make like a little taco situation. That kind of smells garlicky, so it should be good. I've never had their Carne Asada, but if you have, make sure to leave a comment so we know if they're good or not. All right. That was bag number 2. It's time for a wine break. Cheers. All right. So, okay, we're gonna pause one more time because cheers are truly in order. Yesterday was my 1-year anniversary of living in my home. Yay, cheers. Put some champagne bottles down there in the comments or some wine bottles. Woohoo. So, I can't believe it's already been a year. Time has flown by. I've had so many adventures as a homeowner as well, so I'm happy and feeling very grateful to be here a year, and cheers to many more. Amen. Moving along. So bag number 2. Oh no, this is bag number 3. We're almost done. This is the wine bag. It's time to get boozy. Or if it's not the wine bag, it's the bag with all the stuff in glass. So, oh, this is the Trader Joe's Alfredo sauce. one of my tricks in the grocery store where things are unfamiliar is if it's an item that I'm interested in and there's multiple choices, I'd like to see which product is almost gone. Because that's an indication, right, that it's good if more people are buying that one. So I was literally in the sauce aisle and I'm like, I know they have Alfredo. Where's Alfredo? One thing to know about Trader Joe's staff, like they're like the Chick-fil-A people. They are super sweet. They'll help you find anything that you want. And the pre-COVID, before COVID, if you were wanting to try something like chips or a cookie, they would open the bag and let you taste it before you bought it. Like, the customer service was that good. It still is, but of course we can't be opening chips and trying stuff, cookies in the store. But anyways, I couldn't find the sauce. The lady, I found a salesperson, she came over. It was right in my face. We found it. And she told me how fantastic this sauce is. And yeah, we had to kind of look under and further back on the shelf to get it because it was almost gone. So I'm really looking forward to this. The pesto that I showed y'all earlier in the video, we're going to drizzle a little pesto on top of the lobster ravioli and enjoy. Okay, we'll make sure that we come back with at least photos. I'm not going to do a video for every meal, but we'll do photos for the final combinations. All right, more wine. Ooh. So this is a Spanish red wine, La Sonriente. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. Not gonna read the back of that. The year is 2018. It has a cork, so I do make sure if you start exploring wines, get you wine stoppers for these. Not every wine bottle has a twist top. It's time to evolve, people. But yeah, I love a good red wine or simple red, sweet red or red blend. So we tried that one. I already have a red blend in the house. So that's why I just got a regular old red Spanish wine. That was like $5.99 or $4.99 as well. So if you're just getting here, at the beginning of the video, I was sharing that if you want to explore different wines and don't want to spend a whole bunch of money on bottles, most of the good wines at Trader Joe's are under $7. So you can try a bunch of different ones and not feel like you're wasting a lot of money exploring. So this is Pacific Grove, California Chardonnay. Never tried this or the other one, so I'll let y'all know what I like. Stuff out of the way. Okay, and then the last thing that we have, this one, is another bottle of wine. This is, Sauvignon Blanc. Bay Moon. Sounds fancy. This is from 2019. This is a California vineyard. And this again was like $4.99, $5.99, no more than $6.99. I don't remember. I do see my receipt in this bag, but I'm not going to read all that to y'all because that's my business. So... I ended up getting 4 bottles of wine because, yeah, I showed y'all the first one. I probably didn't spend more than like $25 on 4 bottles of wine. You can spend that on 1 bottle of wine. So, just a little perspective. I'm going to put those in my little wine rack that's built in my table. So, we are good on grown-up beverages for at least another 3 weeks or less. All right, and then we are on our last bag. So, I am on the Slim Slow program, but I'm using the Lose It app. In the Lose It app, the focus is caloric deficit, right? So it's kind of like a little Weight Watcher situation where you're watching your calories, but it's not, right? So I really like it because I don't feel deprived, but I still feel like I'm keeping myself on track towards my goals. So unintentionally on October 1st, I started dialing back into health and fitness and working out and eating better. So I've dropped about 8 pounds since then, just by making sure every day I'm staying within my caloric limit or caloric windows, and exercising for at least 30 minutes to an hour almost every day. So one thing about the Lose It app is that it shows you your patterns. So if you're eating certain foods, it'll know if you're likely to eat less calories because you have that certain food. And for me, if I have a little bag of chips, I eat maybe like 200 less calories a day. Isn't that crazy? But I feel like it's because I'm not trying to starve myself from eating things. Like if you want a little bag of chips, have a little bag of chips, right? Just don't eat the whole bag of chips, right? So they have a 6-pack of Kettle Chips. So what I'll do is with that Salmon Dip, maybe get like a tablespoon or 2 of that, and my little bag of chips, boom, I got a snack. I know how much everything is with calories. I don't have to worry about it. And I feel like I'm not cheating myself because I had a little regular old snack. So, but you know, do what works for you. If you like keto, if you like the Mediterranean, you like Whole30, if it's working and it's healthy, and it ain't messing with your numbers, like your blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, none of that, do what works for you. Consult with your doctor. Not fake. I'm not a doctor. Then we just got a bag of apples. So these are another thing when I have an apple in lunch, or just an apple as a snack, I tend to consume less calories in a day. Probably because there's a lot of fiber, right? Some of it is a little common sense. So you feel satiated and all the good things. Ooh, this is the bag with some of the seasonings and flavors. So I gotta make a little bit of room so y'all can see the rest. Hey Nicole, thank you for coming to my grocery haul. So I've seen this online. It is a vegan chickenless seasoning salt. Oh, see, I didn't pay attention. I thought this was just like a regular seasoning. I didn't think it was a seasoning salt, but because I try to go easy on the salt because water likes to stick to me. I want to be bloated. Oh, it smells good. Ooh, it smells like a chicken bouillon. Ooh, that's really good. Oh wow. All it says that's in it is sea salt, onion powder, spices. But the spices, okay, because they didn't name all the other spices, turmeric and garlic powder. So the turmeric makes sense for the yellow color. But what I can taste in there is maybe like a celery salt, maybe a little bit of sage. It's described as warm and savory. You can add to soup, salad, broths, vegetables. I would put this on top of the broccolini that I showed y'all as like a finisher salt too. That's pretty good. A little bit of that will go a long way. Got a little bit of salt on my hand. Oh, then, you know, I had to get some for my dog. So Pookie has her little chew toys. She loves her little chewy stuff. Ooh, okay, I was excited about this. Have y'all heard about this? It's called Chili Onion Crunch. So you use this as like a little finisher on top of, you could put it on top of anything, I think. So it says, great with your favorite protein or drizzle over pasta. Dip in crusty bread for a subtly smoky and spicy experience. So basically what it's saying is in olive oil, chili onion crunch in olive oil with dried garlic and peppers. I want to smell it. Let's open it. And I still got my fork from the pickles. We're going to see what it tastes like. Now, it's a lot of olive oil, so we're going to mix it up a little bit. It's nothing pressurized, so it should not explode. Y'all going to get the show. Okay. Okay, no pop, so air is fine. No explosions. Ooh, it smells good, y'all. Can you see what it looks like on the inside? You can kind of hear it. It sounds like some dry onions or something. I want to taste a tiny bit so I can know what I would actually want to put it on. Oh, and it's actually crunchy. Ooh. Okay. Definitely could see that on top of pizza. I definitely could see that. So I got that lobster ravioli and the Alfredo. Maybe a little tiny bit on top of that for a little extra kick. Or on top of some shrimp. Or on top of, because it recommended pasta. So the clam linguine that I showed you earlier in the video, this will set that off because it's almost like a scampi butter that's in that, but with a little heat here. Okay. So remember, chili onion crunch. Make sure to get that one. That's highly recommended. We reset with wine. Cool. What else do we have? So this is a seasoning blend, not a salt, and it's called Everything But The Elote. I personally have never had elote. If you don't know what it is like the street corn, or sometimes they call it Mexican street corn, where it's just like a steamed piece of corn, and you roll it in. You slather it with mayonnaise, not Miracle Whip, regular mayonnaise. You slather it with a little bit of butter, and then it's rolled in Parmesan cheese, and they pour like the seasoning, some type of seasoning on top of it. I've never tried it. I heard it's really good. I want to smell this and see what I'm getting. Ooh, it smells good. It smells so good. Wow, it's like a little bit of a smoky chipotle kind of smell, but then it smells real buttery and kind of like a piece of corn. Oh, wow. You can almost smell like a little mayonnaise smell on the back of that. I want to taste it. Ooh, that is really good. So like, I would put that on popcorn. I would put that on shrimp, maybe like some little grilled or fried shrimp. I would put that on, because it's got a chipotle kind of flavor. Oh, wings. So I think it's Cooking with Jay on Instagram, and she has an elote chicken wing, like a party wing or hot wing. And I was like, elote wings, that sounds crazy, but I would definitely sprinkle this on some wings. That would be really good. So this is what the package looks like if you want to try it. Everything But The Elote. All right, what's next? This is our last bag, so we're gonna wrap it up. Hey Jess, we're unpacking all my Trader Joe's groceries. Oh, nothing special. Just some olive oil. I love cooking with olive oil. So when it comes to caloric intake and fat, like a gram of fat is a gram of fat as far as the amount of calories, really, right? But the quality of the fat does matter. So good fats like olive oil, sometimes nut oil like walnut oil, stuff like that, helps lower your cholesterol because it's, I don't know, what is it, LDL? I think HDL is the bad one. I don't know. Get on Google and fact check me to make sure which one is the right one. But olive oil helps reduce your bad cholesterol. So I like to cook with it wherever I can. It also is my butter substitute in a lot of recipes because I I don't like the smell of butter. Very weird. I know everybody has an aversion to something. Butter makes me gag usually. You love Trader Joe's? Me too. Love Trader Joe's. And then the very last thing that I got, I have never tried this, but I do like teas. So this is a sparkling yerba mate tea. So it's got hibiscus and citrus flavors. I forgot where yerba mate is originated from. I don't know. It's sparkling. Hopefully it's delicious when we're ready to drink it. And oh no, the olive oil goes back in this bag. And that's it, y'all. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk and unboxing all of my groceries. If you like this one, let me know. Next time I go to Trader Joe's, I probably will have completely different stuff. So I'll be happy to share it with you if you want some ideas on what to get from Trader Joe's. And that's all I got. Y'all have a great Sunday. Get ready to start a new week. If you already started work, keep going. You got this. Keep y'all energy right. Stay positive during these stressful times. I just want to encourage everybody to take care of their mental health, their well-being, do something for you. And with that note, I'm going to watch my shows. Let's talk about TV shows before I go. So, Lovecraft Country is over. I'm kind of sad. But I'll probably end up binge watching the series all over again. There's a new show on Netflix called The Queen's Gambit. It is really good. It's a limited series about, won't spoil it, but here's some things. There's an orphan, there's tragedy, there's drama, there's like an underdog thing to it, and it is simply unique and good. Oh my God. I can't speak about it enough. So I'm going to finish The Queen's Gambit. I think it's only like 6 or 7 episodes, and I have 3 more left. So that's really good. Back in the day, there was a movie called The Witches. And I think it was made in like 1989 or 1991. And it has that really fabulous lady, Angelica Houston, as the main character of The Witch. It's a classic. If you're an 80s or 90s kid, you probably know what I mean. They have remade it, and the remake is actually good. I usually do not like remade things. Like, the originals were fine. Stop remaking and rebooting stuff. But this one was actually really sweet. It was really cute. It did catch me in the feels in the first like 10 to 15 minutes. I was like, it's so beautiful. So if you just are a fan of the movies, or you just kind of like TV shows or movies that bring happiness. Oh, it was a book, Jessica. I never knew that. Now I want to read the book. Shut up. Girl, oh, what's your favorite book? I never knew it was a whole book all my life. So I'm definitely going to have to order that. You know I love reading. So I'll be reading 2 books at once. So I have my main book, and then I have my side book. So that might be my side book next month. But yeah, if you've seen the remake, let me know, Jess. But so yeah, if you haven't watched it, it's on HBO Max. Give it a shot. What else am I watching? Hold on, let me see. Do y'all have Apple TV Plus? If you don't, you should. Oh, okay. So I have not started watching this show, but there's a new series on Apple TV Plus called On the Rocks. And it's got Bill Murray. I sound like I'm from Maryland. Bill Murray. Bill Murray is Bill Murray. Oh, no, that's not it. There it is. It's that little advertisement here. Bill Murray and Rashida Jones. And I think Marlon Wayans plays like the husband in it. And the trailer is so funny. So I probably will watch that later on. Yeah, I want to watch it too. Bill, I mean, you can't go wrong with Bill Murray. I don't think there's anything that he's been in that I've been disappointed by. So, what else is in my watch list? Y'all gonna laugh at me. I got Beverly Hills Ninja here. I love Chris Farley. And I have a lot of classics. So I got like Living Single, I Dream of Jeannie, because I'm an old head. Some cartoons, because sometimes I don't want things to be complicated. So yeah, if you are watching anything cool, make sure to put in the comments so I get some good suggestions. I'm happy to explore different shows. Disney Plus, they have some stuff. The Mandalorian season 2 is coming out on the 30th. I have not watched the new Mulan because it's still $30. I'm like, I can wait. There's no Mushu, and there's like social conflict around the new version because of the actor. So it's like, oh, the main girl that plays Mulan, why are you ruining it for everybody? Well, all the political stuff, like, this is supposed to be for the kids, right? This is supposed to be for the babies. But you got to bring your foolishness into stuff. And they charging $30. Girl, you stressing me. I'm not about to be going through all of that. So as a Disney Plus subscriber, I will patiently wait until it's actually available to watch. To give it a chance at least. But the original one is on there. And it has Mushu. I don't know how they didn't make a live action Mushu. And Eddie Murphy would have needed to play him. Right? Where? How? Who makes these decisions? Who's making these decisions over at Disney Plus? Like, I don't understand. But all right, I guess that's really it now. I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me and unboxing my groceries. I'm about to actually put them away so they don't spoil. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.